Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff, and after a month of using it, here's my review of the PLAYFIT SW75 smartwatch. The smartwatch scene in India has suddenly gotten really exciting. Until last year, there were only a couple cheap wearables and a couple really expensive smartwatches. But this year, there's suddenly a whole bunch of options, and one of them is the PLAYFIT SW75. It's from a new company called World of Play that's based here in India. And it's pretty rare to see new companies suddenly pop up and try to take on already established companies like Fitbit and Xiaomi. But I'm always rooting for the underdog, so I was pretty excited to test this out. As usual, let's start with design. It's pretty obvious that this looks a little similar to a certain smartwatch, but then if larger companies like Xiaomi can outright copy the Apple Watch, I guess I can't really hate on a smaller company for doing that as well. Thankfully, it has a few differences, so it doesn't end up looking like a clone. In fact, the PLAYFIT actually does look like a really nice smartwatch, one that I got a fair share of compliments and questions while I was using it. Much of that is because of the more premium materials used over here. Instead of plastics that you'd expect to find in a wearable at this price point, the PLAYFIT uses a stainless steel casing, which not only feels much better when worn, but also looks way more premium as well. The buttons on the side have a metallic feel to them, though I can't be sure if they are 100% metal or just coated. And at the front, there's a 2.5D curved Gorilla Glass 3 display, which again is appreciated. I gotta mention, because it's a curved display, this smartwatch actually looks pretty darn good when you're wearing it, which is massive points in the style section, because usually smartwatches and wearables in this price range don't really look too good. The screen is an LCD display and it's surprisingly good quality given the price point, with good outdoor visibility and pretty decent color reproduction. This means it's easy enough to use outdoors in sunlight, which is usually an issue with other cheap wearables in this price range. This isn't an always on display though, but when the screen is switched off, the front of the PLAYFIT still looks pretty gorgeous and maybe even a little bezel-less. That being said, the touch sensitivity is about what you'd expect out of something in this price range. Not too bad, but not too great either. And if all of that wasn't enough, the PLAYFIT is also water resistant up to 50 meters, which is one of the better ratings on a smartwatch in this price range. Coming to the strap, it's a thermoplastic polyurethane strap that doesn't feel as premium, but the straps are user replaceable, so you can change it up with another strap if you prefer. But that being said, while it might not look that premium, the default strap is nice enough otherwise, and I didn't really have any skin irritation occur when using it. It's an interesting design with a lot of large gaps, which helps prevent things from getting too sweaty during your workouts. So as much as the PLAYFIT does look inspired by a certain super premium brand, I gotta hand it to Play for making a really good looking, premium feeling smartwatch in this price range. Alright, let's move on to performance. The PLAYFIT SW75 comes with a system on chips which claims it's one of the most advanced chipsets from the Nordic family. The chipset does a good enough job, but the UI is kind of a little slow, just like every other wearable in this price range. In terms of fitness monitoring, the PLAYFIT tracks the number of steps you've taken along with the distance, calories burnt, and also has basic workout tracking for cycling, running, and even yoga. Overall tracking seems to be very similar to the Mi Band 4 in terms of numbers, though not as accurate as the Apple Watch. Still, it's good enough to use to keep a tab on your general fitness though, and there's also a heart rate monitor at the back, which seems accurate enough. The watch also has an option to switch on continuous heart rate monitoring if you prefer that. The PLAYFIT also does sleep tracking, which you might appreciate if you like to monitor your deep sleep cycles. One important thing that I'm actually really happy to see here is that PLAYFIT also has a couple of women-specific features under female healthcare. There's the ability to keep a track of your menstrual cycle, and it will also alert you to anything irregular. All in all, in terms of tracking, it does a good enough job. Apart from the 8 sports modes provided, I wish there was support for more modes like swimming, which would have made the PLAYFIT an even more attractive all-around package, but it's still pretty good for what it offers. Alright, let's move on to software. Right, so first things first, the UI on the PLAYFIT is pretty basic. There's only 4 watch faces to choose from right now, though hopefully they'll add more later on, and you scroll between the watch face and a very basic looking menu. The menu has a very odd choice of fonts with some pretty childish looking icons, but it's pretty much your usual smartwatch UI. You can view and dismiss certain notifications, there's incoming call alerts, and you can also use it to find your phone. There's also a timer and an alarm and the ability to control music playback as well. It's a pretty decent feature set, but doesn't support notifications from a lot of third-party apps, which takes away a bit of the usefulness from it being a smartwatch. As you'd expect, you can use the PLAYFIT with any Android phone and even an iPhone as well. Initially, the app wasn't too polished, and unfortunately there were some elements that were badly translated over from Chinese to English. But over the last month, they've actually improved the app quite a lot, and right now the app is pretty clean and straightforward to use. You can tweak settings of the watch and link it with Google Fit or Apple Health Kit. But apart from tweaking things on the watch, you won't have to use the app too much. Alright, let's move on to battery life. Now, battery life on the PLAYFIT is actually pretty amazing. I was able to get about 2 weeks of battery life on one charge, and this is with continuous heart rate monitoring disabled, but about 2 hours of workout tracking every day and regular usage with notifications coming in throughout the day. Officially, they state battery life of over a month from the 210 mAh battery, but it really depends on what you're using the watch for. For example, if you aren't using it for workouts every day, it'll actually last much longer. That's pretty amazing for a nice smartwatch with a nice large display. Now granted, this smartwatch isn't as fully capable as something like an Apple Watch or a Wear OS smartwatch, but for what it offers, it's not too bad at all. In fact, the only thing that worries me is that you might misplace the proprietary charger, so remember to keep that safe. And in case you're wondering, that charger charges the watch up in about 2 hours, which isn't too bad at all things considering. Alright guys, time for the CJ verdict, and here we go. The PLAYFIT SW75 smartwatch actually really surprised me. Here's a new brand that no one's heard of, offering a smartwatch with a premium design, a large touch-sensitive display, and a pretty decent set of features. But the best part has to be that battery life. This is a watch that you charge up and then use for days without worrying about battery life. Granted, there are some areas of improvement, like I wish there were some more watch faces and I wish there was support for more fitness modes. But all in all, this smartwatch just costs about rupees 2,999, which is about 700 rupees more than the Mi Band 4. But you still get a nicer, more premium design with almost exactly the same battery life and a bunch of other features as well. For a brand new company, the PLAYFIT SW75 is actually pretty recommendable. I was actually really impressed. Alright guys, so that's what I think about the PLAYFIT SW75. As always, if you guys have any questions about this watch, let me know right in the comment section below, or you can ask me right over on Instagram or Twitter at ClintonJeff. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button right below, or maybe subscribe because that would be appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.